Late Night Health moves forward. We're going to take a look at work-life balance as it really exists with Lisa Bien. We're talking to her from the Garden State, New Jersey, and I guess it's a beautiful day in New Jersey and in the neighborhood, Lisa?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and my kids always joke with me, and they say there's a special, beautiful day in my head all the time, because I have such a positive outlook on life, so it's a beautiful day, yes.
Let's talk about what you do. You're a host, you're a writer, you're a speaker, and for 10 years or more, you've been working out of the house. With COVID-19, with the coronavirus, a lot of people are starting to work out of their homes for the first time ever, maybe. And I've been working out of my house, for the most part, for years and years and years, more than 10. Though I do get out and go to the studio, I go to the TV studio, I'll go to a radio station, I'll do a speaking engagement. Those are off right now.
Right.
And Daryl, you've been working out of your house for a long time. Do you find it a good thing? Do you like working out of the house, or would you rather go to a studio outside your house?
It would be nice to have a combination of both, although I'm talking to people all the time, it's still a little bit of an isolation issue. And, I like it when people go to the studio, A, because the quality is better of the recording, and second of all, it's nice to break up the day a little bit.
Right, and it keeps the lonelies away. And that, I guess, Lisa, is what I want to ask you about. How do we keep the lonelies away?
That's a great question. So when I first transitioned from working full-time, and I'm a very, very social person, so I love people. I'm like Daryl, I want the social, but it took me a long time to embrace the working at home. I think it's about creating a best practice for yourself. So that's what I've been talking about all week on my Facebook Live. I've been talking about waking up and creating your day is no different if you wake up and create your day when you walk out of the office, right? But now your office is in your home. So create an environment which feels like an office. A lot of people I see throwing their laptops on, the kitchen table. If that works for you, great. But I think it's really important to establish an office if you can, even if it's just a private work area, that you can really feel like you're in an office, right? So it took me a long time. I had this room that was empty, and I had to paint it and make it, but I made it really special for me. And now I know people can't do that right now because, some people don't even have their printers, and they're trying to get hooked up and whatnot. But to maintain the social right now, we can't right now go out and maintain social, but we can do a Zoom call, do a family Zoom call, talk to people on the phone. It's about creating a really good practice for yourself. I wake up still at 6:30. I'm actually sleeping in. 6:30 is late for me, but I've been getting up between 6 and 6:30 now with the coronavirus, and I still get up, drink my coffee. I continue to stick to my patterns and my habits because it makes me feel like I'm still going in. I'm still working, but I love working from home. For me, it's I don't know. I have the balance, and then Daryl, what I do when I'm looking when it's not coronavirus time, I will establish meetings, and sometimes I'll say to folks, why don't we meet at Starbucks and have a cup of coffee, or why don't we, meet here and have lunch? And so I try to balance it. But I'm really productive when I'm at home. When there's people coming in and out, I find I'm not quite as productive.
I had a friend in college, and he was having a hard time. He was working at home, having a hard time getting serious about it. And what he ended up doing was getting up in the morning, shower, shave. He put on his suit, and he would walk to his office and then take off his coat and set it on the chair and pretend it was a real job. If he sat around in pajamas all day, he would, like Mark said, he'd be in the refrigerator, he'd be out, picking weeds out of the lawn that he saw while looking out the window.
I agree. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, I got up this morning, I didn't shave, but I did shower, comb my hair, put on deodorant, and put on a clean shirt. And came
hopefully
to
a little
my
more
office,
than that.
Studio. Yeah. Well, I don't even do that when I come to see you. Right? You know. Lisa, how did you get into this work-life balance? I mean, do you still have young kids at home?
So I don't, but I did have young kids. So I am a mother of two children. I have a son who is now 25. Oh, I hate saying that because it makes me sound so old. But I have a 25-year-old and I have a 16-year-old. The 16-year-old is with me. We're on quarantine together. But I have been single more than I've been married. I joke around and say I just got married just to have kids. Just kidding. But anyway, I was a single mom most of my life, and I was really structured. First of all, I like to have a social life. It's always important to me. I like to be with my children, and I like to work. How do you maintain all of that? Well, you have to look at your week, and you have to create that. You know, there's no such thing as the perfect balance. I remember somebody asked me when my Jacob was like really young, and I was working in Center City, Philadelphia, at a public relations firm, and somebody said to me, like, how do you do this? How do you create balance when you're a single mom? And I said, there's no such thing as a perfect balance. It's tough, but you have to manage it like you manage anything else. So I created best practices. It took me years to figure this out, but they're best practices which I still to this day live by. I look at my schedule every single Sunday night and I say, what's coming up? You know, and just because I don't have young children, children are children, and they're still need to ride, you know, need to get to baseball. My 16-year-old plays for 3 baseball teams. So it's always the balance. I teach at Rowan University.
Yeah, but at 16, Lisa, he can take himself there.
He can't. Not in the state of New Jersey. Not until he's 17.
He can't drive yet.
No, not until they're 17. And then there's practice, and you know, it's just a thing of being.
Right.
I think what's really important is to look at your schedule and not overload yourself, but also schedule in time for yourself. That to me is always important, and I think especially young moms, they struggle with doing that. I never had a problem with doing that because I love my children and I love having them, but I also love having a life outside of my children. So I have always been a proponent of women taking time, not just women, I shouldn't say that, of people taking time to enjoy what they enjoy. If you enjoyed golf before you had a child, don't give that hobby up. Just factor it into your week. If you want to play golf on Sunday mornings, okay, and you have young children, talk to your partner about how we can mix this into the plan. And it's all about communication.
You can always park your kids at the 19th hole. By the way, you did suggest that your mother may not have been happy having kids, but
I suggested it.
I thought you said that, but maybe I was wrong.
Oh no! I said.
Go ahead.
No. I was saying that I love having my children. I love having children, but I'm a big proponent of women having or people having their life outside and managing it just like work. You look at your work schedule. We all live in this. We tend to live in a world today where everybody wants to work the most. I'm so busy. Who's working the most? We're constantly connected. You have to create healthy structure. Even now, that's what people need to do, is create some structure, boundaries. It's okay to step away from your laptop. I called somebody last week, and she was there. She's like, I've been working 19 straight hours. And I said to her, you got to step away. You're not winning a prize. No one's winning a prize if you work more or work the hardest. Yes, we all want to work a lot, and I'm a very hard worker, but I'm also about knowing to create boundaries and stepping away and taking care of yourself emotionally, physically. We're all at home right now. I did a Facebook Live this morning about the importance of making sure that you're eating the right foods. Last week it was all new for us, right? So last week I was grabbing carbs and eating.
Lisa, we are out of time. So we're out of time. We're going to have to do a Zoom Live together or a Facebook Live. We'll figure something out, and we'll post it. We'll post that. If somebody's interested in learning more about Lisa, what is your website, please?
It is lisabn.com. It's simple, really easy. It's
LISABIEN.com.
Yep, that's correct.
All right. Lisa, thank you very much for joining us today on Late Night Health. I'm going to get out here, I think, maybe a few seconds early, and we will be back. Don't you dare go away. Late Night Health continues.
Late Night Health is proud of our partnership with the EBC, the Evolutionary Business Council. Check them out at ebcouncil.com.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment.
There's a lot of talk all over the internet about the remarkable benefits of Carbon-60, and baby boomers are especially excited about it. Greska's Carbon-60 is the premium Carbon-60, developed by an aerospace and NASA scientist. 95% of Greska's customers report positive results from this Nobel Prize-winning technology in just 4 days. Imagine more energy, better health, and more vitality. It's very bioavailable to quickly mend toxin-crippled cells. This is a super powerful antioxidant. Bob Greska is so confident that you'll love his Carbon-60, he wants to send you a bottle at 50% off the regular price to see how life-changing this will be for you. Call 720-600-6040. That's 720-600-6040. Visit c-60.com to learn more. Call 720-600-6040 now or visit c-60.com.
Welcome to Guide to the Soul. This is Robert Clancy. You are a beautiful masterpiece of celestial art. God sculpted your body, painted your portrait, and forged your blessed soul from the stardust. As with any masterwork, you may weather with age or get damaged a bit along the way. But doesn't that add to your beauty and mystique? Don't ever change who you are. You're loved and cherished in heaven just the way you are. Of all the challenges you've faced in life, you can be only made better for them. The greatest masterworks on earth have all been ravaged by the tests of time, only to become more revered in their inherent beauty. Always know you're one of God's masterworks meant to shine in that same way.
For more inspiration from Robert Clancy, visit GuideToTheSoul.com or go to the Moments with Robert page on LateNightHealth.com.
Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the Exchange Arrow. We're going to take a look at survival, especially right now with COVID-19 really affecting not only the United States, but the entire world is really on a lockdown. How are we going to survive this? We turn to our resident guru, Robert Clancy, and we talk to him from upstate New York. We are social distancing everybody today, and we're bringing him in through special phone lines. And Robert, welcome back to Late Night Health. Are we really in a survivor mode right now?
Well, that's the topic for today is survival, because it feels like we're in that mode with everything going on. But if you really think about it, survival of the fittest might be the law of nature, but no one survives unless they discover love is their true nature. And with this social distancing that you mentioned, I found other ways to connect, and we're in our homes now. And especially in New York, we have 100% of non-essential workforce must work from home. So all our entire staff is in their houses. So we're using technology now to connect, where we always said technology was separating us. Oddly enough, it's what's connecting us all, because you really have limited human contact right now. And it's, I don't know about you, but I have a little bit of cabin fever.
Yeah, I do too. I've been out in a day and a half, actually 2 days, especially, let's see, right now, it would be about 2 days. I haven't been out. I was in the market on Sunday. We're recording the show on Tuesday morning, and I haven't been out in 2 days. And yes, I have cabin fever, and I do need to go and do some shopping, pick up some things, and that'll get me out. But I will limit my time out. And when I come home, I think, before it rains again today, I will go for a walk, because it's crazy. I mean, I'm in my office anyway, hours at a time, but when you have to be, when you're forced to be, it's different. Do you find that as well? And that's both to Robert and to Daryl.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot. You know, we have limited things to do. You know, everything's closed down. It's like movies and stuff like that. So we're just, you know, you're trying to find other ways for entertainment. I'm finding ways to play, you know, like cards remotely with people. I don't know. You know, games. Maybe we set up Monopoly on this side and somebody has one, and you just match it up. I don't know.
Can you do that? Wow.
I'm sure with technology we can work that out, yes. I have, it was actually my son developed that a long time ago when they first got the video. There was, he was playing a game, and he was able to connect with a couple other people from, you know, different states, and they were all playing a card game together.
Wow. I think that's amazing. Actually, I asked my wife last night, do we have a deck of cards? We used to, years ago, play backgammon. Neither one of us have played it in 30 years. We can't remember how to play. We have a set. So we're going to have to, I'm going to dig out some directions. Maybe we can do that. Because I think that would be kind of fun.
Yeah. And there's other ways, you know, it's using this as a time for reflection too, because you're doing an inward journey as well. You know, I've been meditating more and just kind of reflecting on a lot of things. And you know, life kind of slowed down, which I don't think is a bad thing. There are some silver linings to this where I can focus and get things done. I'm not using gas, you know, because I don't have to drive anymore.
Right. It's true.
So there's some things, you know, at least limited driving, and I'd probably be so distracted with all these other things going on. And I've had some great phone conversations in recent days where you can talk for an hour and a half because, hey, we're just stuck in the house. You're not running around. You're not doing whatever you thought you were going to be doing. So I've had some amazing conversations.
Daryl, you started to say something.
Not really, but I was just going to say, you know, the isolation changes your priorities as far as what you can work on and what you can't work on. And sometimes having those restrictions gets more stuff done around the house than I could actually do during the week normally. So it's just sort of a refocus, and then, you know, you make do with what you got outside to try to patch all those things together, the work that needs to be done that was supposed to be done at either somebody else's place or face-to-face.
Yeah.
Right. No, it does make sense. I think that the introspective part is a little difficult because I'm sitting here, as you know, writing a script or editing something or talking to somebody all the time, and in doing so, I find that I haven't found the time to do the meditation, to do a guided meditation, to relax, to take care of myself a little bit. And I think that's part of the cabin fever.
Yeah, I can't go outside and get my Botox.
You'd be surprised.
So I got to stop trying to look cute.
Yeah.
Well, one of the other things is that we're finding, especially with my martial arts students, finding unique ways to teach class and to work out at home, even if you don't have a home gym or anything like that, and other ways to stay healthy within this. I mean, you have a lot of the things within your house that you can use for exercise. If you have stairs, you can go up and down the stairs many times. That's just like your Stairmaster, at the gym would be. All those things are available to you, and using your own body weight and other things as your tool. You have that with you, so you can do planks, you can do all sorts of exercises, just without any weights at all or any equipment.
Right. Actually, I have you both know I have 2 sets of stairs in my house, and what I've been doing is I go up one and down the other, up one, down the other, up one, down the other. And I did that about 20 times yesterday, and it seemed to help. I'm going to do that again when we're done in a few minutes. Survival is more than just physical, too, Robert, and that's really your specialty would be to help people get through this mentally. Any ideas on that? I mean, the cabin fever alone, but you can Facebook Live, you can the FaceTime, you can use Skype, you can use Zoom. There's other technologies. Are those good ways of meeting people, of being social, but distancing yourself at the same time?
Yeah, you can use the technology, and certainly we've been using, obviously phone, text, and you got video or whatever, and just sharing things, tagging people on different posts and keeping them up to date on what's going on, but also just pictures and other things, just for connection. The part about being mentally tough, so it can get difficult, and that's where we rely on each other. Each of us can help one another in that area because each of us will slip in some way, and when someone's there to just give you a little bit of boost when you need it to bring your attitude up, it means the world. And it's just sometimes it's a simple word or just a quick text message or something that could help someone.
Well, that goes back to what you said at the beginning of the segment, and that is that love doesn't go away at a time of need like this. In fact, we probably need more love at this point than in any other time that I can remember. Any comment on that?
Yeah, and that's what it all comes down to is how you share that and how you reach out to someone else in need. I've actually shipped rolls of toilet paper to people who were out and those types of things. So, it's because I had extra. So, I was on a call the other day and we were on a Facebook Live talking about, getting through this. And each of us shared how many rolls of toilet paper that we have on file.
Yeah, and it is. And I don't understand it. We did that too. And my wife had been at Costco, and she found, she just bought it. This was before. And I'm glad she did, because it's been hard to find. Yeah. Robert, we are out of time. Thank you very much. If you want information on Robert, go to guidetothesoul.com, guidetothesoul.com, and visit us at latenighthealth.com, and listen to us wherever fine podcasts are found. I'm Mark Alyn for Daryl Wayne. We'll see you next time. Have a good, healthy weekend.
Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Words are a critical aspect of success. How you get your point across is a crucial part of what makes anything sell. So do it right and hire a writer. Whether it's articles, blog posts, technical writings, website content, product descriptions, or ghostwriting anything from a novel to a nonfiction book about your navel, contact Servet Hassan. If you want it to sell, write it right. Email Servet at servethassan.com.
The latest from the greatest, the best in new music by classic rockers, with your host, the insane Daryl Wayne.
This is Alice Cooper, and if Daryl Wayne is insane, what does that make me? Criminally insane. Stick around to find out.
Many of the artist interviews for the latest from the greatest have been captured on audio book. There is a Volume 1 and Volume 2. Great information and conversations with people in the industry and people surrounded by the industry, and of course the rock stars themselves.
I'm the Reverend Al Green, and you're listening to the insane Daryl Wayne. And I said Wayne Insane.
You can find it on Amazon or Blackstone Audio. Search for the latest from the greatest from Daryl Wayne, Darrell Wayne.
Hello, this is Weird Al Yankovic, and you're listening to the insane Daryl Wayne, aren't you?